Is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, I got a really exciting one today. I got Scott in from Certified Lights. It's a holiday lighting company out of Dallas, Texas. They actually do $1.6 million a year in holiday lighting, which is absolutely crazy. I'm super excited to have him on. In the next 15 minutes, guys, we're going to unpack how he did it and what you guys should really be doing right now if this is something that you really want to get into or start taking seriously. What's going on, Scott?
Just having a good day. Excited to be on with you. Help
Yeah.
some folks grow their business.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about, man. Super excited for holiday lighting season. So, guys, we're not going to waste any of your time. I want to get you guys some good information in a relatively short amount of time. So, Scott, how did you get into holiday lighting? I know you're based out of Dallas. Can you kind of give us that story about how you got into holiday lighting?
Yeah, I had a pest control company that was growing like crazy, and probably like a lot of the folks watching now, trying to figure out what I do with employees and keeping revenue up and profit through the slower seasons, through the slower months. And had heard about Christmas lights, read about it some, wasn't sure about it. My biggest regret is I didn't do it sooner. But we jumped in when we started. We jumped in head first and never looked back. It's been amazing. It's done everything I thought it would do, which is keep the employees and improve our revenue for the year, and most importantly, increase our bottom line.
Wow. Okay. So you had a pest control company, and then you just started offering, or you had sold it, and then you kind of switched to the holiday lighting.
Well, I
Yeah.
had started the Christmas lights to while I had pest control and was really needing to. We were growing about 20% a year in pest control, and but you can't keep employees during 3 or 4 months of slow and pay them
Right.
when they don't have work. So I needed some supplement to get work in, and I thought about a bunch of different stuff. And Christmas lights just seemed to make the most sense. The demand was there, as increasing industry. The prices are great. People I talked to said, "Man, the margins are great." So I jumped in, and it's been all that and more.
Okay, gotcha. So just you found Christmas lights and you kind of used it to level out those peaks and valleys. That's kind of what we're doing in our business. That's why Christmas lights has been super excited for us. Like in a 6 week time period last year, we started mid October. We were able to get about $55,000 in 6 weeks of marketing. That was just to reaching out to our clients, which is awesome. We'll get into that later down in this video, but you know, getting to 50 and now the 1.6, I just think that's a crazy number. I know a lot of people can wrap their head around, the 50 grand a year or 100 grand a year. Some of you guys are doing that and maybe your landscaping or pressure washing business. But man, 1.6, like that's a huge number. So what was that turning point? Like, what was that thing that you just like you implemented? Was it an implementation of like ops or maybe a marketing play, or was it like a team strat? Like how did we get to that big number?
Not magic, I can tell you that. It was just simply hard work. You starting off at 50 grand is a great start towards getting there. We've been doing this will be our 18th season. So
Mm.
we got to a million fairly quickly, probably within 5 or 6 years. Um, but then, just continued growth. We didn't try to push as much after that, but every year just finding new customer bases, finding out where you want to market, uh, going into higher end homes, improving your pricing model, um, referrals. With any industry, any service business, the number one thing you can do is provide excellent customer service. It's the cheapest way to grow. You're going to get referrals from it. You ask for referrals. You put things around the neighbor's doors when you're installing. They see, they ask the neighbor. We did a lot of that. And then just that snowball effect of excellent customer service, we had about an 85 or 90% renewal rate. So if you think about
Mm.
if you're at 50 and you add another 75 or 80 next year and you keep the 50, then you're talking about 150, and then you add another 100. It just starts. So that key is that customer service part of for us above all to help keep that snowball rolling downhill and really gathering steam. So investing wisely, making sure you're not just throwing money into different black holes of marketing and doing what I call the basics. When I first started out, I physically was outdoors putting out flyers. The flyers they put in their drawer. It's direct. You put it on the doors you want. If there's a house that's not very nice, you're not just mailing postcards out to all those homes. You're putting it on the doors that matter, and it's a direct return on your investment.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So no magic pill or anything, just good old fashioned hard work, taking care of your customers, doing what you need to be doing on a consistent basis. Yeah, I love it. I love Christmas lights for that reason too, just because of that reoccurring a model there. You do 100 grand one year, you know that if you keep 80% of them, which it's about that, right? They'll be here on the next year, and then all you got to do is do the same marketing plan that you did on the first year. On the second year, go scoop up another 50 or 100, and then by year 2 or year 3, now you have 2 years of that reoccurring business, and it's just kind of like the scaling game. You can actually like see it with your eyes.
I think that's a key point that maybe some people coming in the industry don't realize, and I didn't fully realize when I came in, is you think, okay, they're going to do Christmas lights this one year, it's a special year. That's not the case. Most people that do Christmas lights love it. They want to do it every year. So if you treat them right and you take care of them, they're going to come back, and it's almost a reoccurring model, like you just got through saying. It's not a one time, which I think some people have a misconception that it's a, hey, I got to go find new customers every year, and it's not that. You keep the ones you got, and you find new, and it builds upon itself.
I'm seeing this as kind of like an excitement type of thing from these customers. I think when it comes to landscaping and pressure washing, there's not too much excitement in it. It's like something that needs to get done. Maybe a house is going for sale, or maybe just HOA reasons, right? The house needs to look a certain way. But when it comes to the holiday lighting, there's excitement behind that. And a lot of people out there that either do it themselves or relieved to find out, hey, there's a company that can do it for me, and not only do it, but do it better. But then you have all these other guys that are interested in it, but that just can't see a path for them to do it themselves, be it age or disabilities or what have you. So when I'm seeing, when I'm going on these estimates, I'm not talking to someone who's like, oh, power wash, and like he's, they're super certain kind of way with me. But with holiday lighting, it's super exciting, and it's like the husband's out, and it's like their smiles, right?
I agree with that 100%. Yeah. And the nice thing about it is it's an emotional purchase, like birthdays or
purchase.
And so the reason I put it off for a year, I think I put it off 2 years when I first started thinking about it, is I personally wouldn't pay $1,500 to have someone do my Christmas lights, but you can't think that way. I love Christmas, but that wouldn't be where I spent it. But the people who do want to do that, and it's not everybody, they want to do it. And price is not necessarily an object. So don't be afraid to charge the prices just because you wouldn't pay that.
Right.
It's a super important point from the mindset of the Christmas light company that's selling is don't be afraid to charge what it's worth. It is hard work. It's taken through your holidays. It can be dangerous when you're on roofs. You got to get trained. You got to do it safely, but you got to charge. That's the key. If you want to make your margin, it's there. If you're doing Christmas lights, I've always told everybody in our training classes, if you're not making 30% net margin, then you're doing something wrong. If you're trained right and you know the pricing to get and the expenses it should cost you, both labor and product cost and all that, then you should have a 30% net margin. So if you do $100,000 in Christmas lights, you should end that season with $30,000 in your bank account.
Totally. Yeah, it makes sense. I love what you just said about, people getting, in their head about not want to charge a certain price because they think that they wouldn't pay that price. I hear that all the time. Like, oh man, I just don't want to say that number. It sounds like a big number. Might be a big number to you, but these are people that are interested in the service. They probably called you in the first place. And they know a lot of these people aren't stupid. But that kind of segues me into my next thing that I think a lot of you guys are kind of interested in right now, which is like, what should the new guy be doing? There's a lot of people, like as the Christmas light business gets more popular, there's going to be a surge of people that are probably watching this video who are interested in this business. What should they be doing right now to prepare themselves for, a successful holiday season?
Number one in my book is find quality training. I have so many people tell me it's just Christmas lights. It's just install. You plug it in, you wrap it. Somewhat true. That's like saying it's just pressure washing, it's just lawn mowing, it's just pest control. You can say that, but by the time you go through and learn all the little idiosyncrasies and tough knocks of going through those services and the shortcuts you can get and the improvements and the efficiencies and the appropriate pricing and all the things that go into it, training is key. So find somebody who's an appropriate company to train you is number one. And then for me, like if we're talking about right now or, towards the end of August, is get your marketing campaign together and start now. What's nice about Christmas lights is people will sign up in August, in September, in early October. Now, obviously, the closer you get to December, especially November, you're going to get more returns on your leads. You're going to close more and all of that. But if you can start now and start getting closures, then you've got confidence. Okay, I can go buy product. I can buy some more ladders. I can be ready for the season with this business I already have on the books. And you should where we train folks to get 50% down. So if you have a $2,000 job, $1,000 job, you should get $1,000 or $500 right now, and they'll pay it to get on my books, to get on our schedule, because it's such a busy season. Ma'am, you're going to need to put 50% down, and you probably experienced this as well. People have no problem doing that. They want to be secured with that. They want to know their lights are going to be done, and so by doing that, you're pre-cash flowing some money. You're knowing you've got business on the books, and then it allows you, hey, that I'm going to double up. Not only am I going to go out and put out flyers on the doors, but I'm going to hire someone else to do it too. And as you start going year one, that's how you can really crank up the revenue you're going to get in your year one is starting early and getting your confidence going and making sure you got your spots filled for the season.
Yeah, totally. So if you're brand new, get a hold of some good training. And if you've been doing this for a little bit, maybe this is your second year, this is now where you should be calling your customers, getting some deposits. I actually have been doing that this week a little bit, calling, getting deposits. I'm working my Excel spreadsheet right now. But, speaking about your training, I know you told me you guys are hosting y'all's Dallas training in Dallas at y'all's facility, September 12th through the 13th. That's really cool. It's the same training that I went through last, I believe it was August 2020 or September 2024. Me and one of my guys went there. It was in person, in the field one day. And then it was the second day in the office where we kind of learn all the business stuff. We do hands-on with the lights and whatnot. So September 12th through the 13th.
That's correct. The 12th and the 13th. So we do, like you said, one day of classroom. We'll teach everything from, proposals, processes we have, checklists, leads, the software we use, going over bids, how to do them, the software we use to create the bids. We do digital bids. So we send an email with a digital picture of the design. We go over how to price on our line itemized proposals. So you see that whole package and how it goes out. So all the things you would need to support the business in the classroom. And then we do a full day from A to Z install in the home. So you see when you get there, how you take your product out, how you lay it out, how you stage it. If you're doing a tree and you got 22,000 bulbs on it, you lay out 2,000 bulb strands and you wrap the tree. We teach you how to do that. And it's all physically hands-on. You'll go through every station, belays on the roof. So you learn safety on how to get on a roof and how to install from the roof. All those things are going to make it efficient for you to make good money.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever I went to the same training last year, and it was pretty thorough. I mean, it was all day in the office, and then it was pretty much half day to 3/4 of a day out in the field. And yeah, we spent a good amount of time on a tree, on the roof, putting up the lines, putting up the garland. I mean, it was pretty thorough, guys. And if you guys are just getting started in this business, you guys are interested in Christmas lights, definitely check out their training in September. But really, whether you guys go to the training or not, and you guys are interested in Christmas lights, you guys got to wrap your head around the information. If you guys want to dive into this, there's lots of free content on YouTube. Highly recommend checking out Scott with CertifiedLights.com. They actually sell they sell all their own products as well. Can you talk a little bit about that, Scott?
Yeah. So being 18 years in the business of installation, we've been able to create a lot of products and things that not all distributors have, because a lot of distributors are not installers. Things like we sell 250-foot pre-bulbed, pre-clipped rolls. So when you get to the site, you're cutting and installing. You're not sitting in the front yard clipping and bulbing strands.
Super cool.
We've created our own magnet clips that go on, and you can put metal disc to outline. It'll cut your time in half or more. A lot of things around efficiency and ease of install. And when we train folks. You got to make the house look good, but you also need to think about what's the most efficient, profitable thing you can do. It's not wrapping trees. It's putting out outlines. It's wreaths and garland that are high value and are easy. Year two, you already got a hook up there, and you put the hook up and connect it. In 5 minutes, you got $200 of revenue for 5 minutes worth of work. That's going to beat a roof line or tree any day. So those are the kind of things you're not going to learn by just doing it yourself. Take training. as Austin said, you don't have to come to our training. There's other training out there. There's lots of content on YouTube to go, type in, how do I put in a wreath? They'll show you. Ours is just the next level where we physically show you. And if you have questions, and it takes a lot of that ease out when you go do your first job, you're already experienced in that.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're going to have Scott on several more times when it comes throughout this holiday season. We're going to kind of talk more about, growing the business and whatnot. But Scott, I really appreciate you being on the channel. And guys, you guys can check out certifiedlights.com. They're out of Dallas. You guys can order all your equipment from there, whether it's the lights, the wiring, literally anything you guys are looking for. That's on their website. That's where we get all of our equipment from. And definitely check out their in-person training, September 12th and the 13th. I'll drop that link, the first link down below. It'll be pinned in the comment section. You guys can check it out. Highly recommend. And Scott, I really appreciate you being on my channel.
It was awesome. I hope you guys move forward with this. If you do, we're here to help.